All right. We're going to do a little bit of a different live stream. We're going to talk a little bit, and then we're going to post some still videos for our YouTube. Because a lot of people aren't seeing the live streams because it's a separate tab. It doesn't just come up under the channel. You have to hunt for it. So, anyway, we're back again. So, I was just on Twitter. I just posted on Twitter a live stream for the first mile and a half. So the second mile and a half, we will have a live stream here. And then the last half a mile or so, I'll post some videos, 5-10 minutes here and there, so I can get the interest back in the channel. I am in the beautiful Northeast, where it seems like my family lives in a pretty wealthy area, and just amazing, these houses and land and all, how cheap this stuff was not that long ago. And if you would have had Bitcoin, invested the same amount of money in Bitcoin that these guys put in their houses years and years ago, they'll be able to afford a mansion. So we're going to talk about cryptos a little bit. We're going to talk about weight loss. We're going to talk about what I'm doing in regards to weight loss. And looks like we have another ETA on Colombia. Looks like about 3 weeks from now, 2 to 3 weeks. And we're going to go to Medellin, Colombia for a little bit. And then we're going to go to Armenia. We're going to go to Armenia. I haven't been there. I really want to go. I've been wanting to go for years. For like 8 years now. I wanted to go to Armenia, Colombia. So now it looks like it's going to happen. So the crypto space. Well, nothing really new. People are losing their minds. You know, all this shit. They're starting to dump their shit tokens in droves. And they're scared, disgusted, confused, whatnot. Venture capitalists rug pulled them. And now they're, all fucked up because they lost money again. Well, that's all really good for those who sold. You sold your bags cheap. And people like me are buying up your crypto bags with every penny I can allocate to it. Just think about it. I mean, Bitcoin, for a tenth of a Bitcoin, it was $7,300. And now it's $6,300. That's a nice little bargain. All the shit tokens, I saw a lot of them dumped off a lot. So that's good. As we go up in this market, things will go higher and higher, and then dump off 30%. Up, then off 25-30%. So I'm not scared, but everybody else is scared. So when people are scared, I'm greedy. When people are greedy and they're going to the moon with their stupid purchases, I just kick back and I just stop and wait. I don't buy anymore. But I'm not selling. I'm not going to sell. I don't care. I'll work at fucking McDonald's if I need money. I'm not selling any of these fucking cryptos. I'd rather sell gold and silver than sell any of my cryptos right now. Because for every dollar I sell in gold and silver, I'm probably going to get $10 back in cryptos. Especially right now that everybody dumped off all the cryptos. The shit tokens and all. man, when the stupid people come back, man, they're gonna pump them high to try to get back into that, try to catch that crypto pump. And it's gonna be funny because I'll be dumping on them. So yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem with people who don't have a fucking plan. And I'm gonna vent a little bit because I don't give a shit. People need to hear the fucking truth. I think everybody's just a big fucking pussies out there. Everybody's scared to voice their true opinion because they might get canceled or something else. The truth is, you need to stop with your stupidity. You need to have a fucking plan. And you need to have high self-esteem, execute that plan, and make it happen. And for those of you who might join the chat right now, we're going to talk about cryptos a little bit, then we're going to get into Medellin, Colombia, and we're going to get into weight loss. We're going to get into all this stuff because I am running 4 miles in the morning and walking 4 miles in the afternoon. And that's part of what you need to do if you want to lose weight. So I already got 2 miles in and we're going to go back. So anyway, get back to cryptos. And now I'm at City Hall, so I'm going to turn around. So, people, including me back in the day, live life without a purpose or a plan. And they fall back on the stupidity of school. Look, I'm a college-educated motherfucker. I have more degrees and certifications than a lot of people I know. And I'll probably have a lot more certifications. And then I'll be fluent in either Arabic or Russian or fucking Spanish soon. So, I'll have my PMP soon. I already signed up for the test. I'm not a fucking dumbass. I might not know how to spell anymore, but I'm not a fucking dumbass. I have 2 eyes, and I have this burning desire to ask why, like a fucking 5-year-old. Why? So after you go down the shit fucking stream, you start picking some stuff up. The first thing is people are too much of a pussy. People are too limp-wristed, slow, just asking everybody in the whole world, what should I do? Yeah, I was one of those people. Proud to say I'm not no more. And you'll never make your money. You'll never be rich if you do that shit. If you do what everybody else does, you're never going to be wealthy. You're never going to be wealthy in anything. You're never going to be wealthy, whatever that is. Having a family, having money, having health. Everybody I know that took that COVID-19 shot had some fucking problem with them now, with themselves. Some fucking problem. So many people are overweight. They think they can be overweight. Society, reinforces that shit and all this stuff. So anyway, what am I getting at? I'm getting at is it all, you just gotta give me a chance. It all connects back to crypto. I'll connect it all back to crypto. The thing is, there's certain messages and frequencies you want to listen to, and some you don't. The ones you want to listen to are the non-emotional, just opinions based with no facts. You don't want to listen to that shit. It's real simple. Calm yourself fucking down and ask yourself this. What programs you have going on in your mind that's preventing you from getting to where you need to fucking go. You need to just give it all up. It doesn't matter if you could have been a millionaire all throughout your life and now you're not, or whatever the case may be, and now you're old, and I shoulda, woulda, coulda. Nah, fuck that. It don't matter how old you are. You can start today. You start today. Let's do a little bit today. Cryptos are down. If you got into crypto, you sold high, And now, you know, you lost money because you didn't sell it where you wanted it and blah, 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 whatever. You know, the thing is, the people who make money in cryptocurrency, I mean, millions. I know millionaires in crypto space. Every person that made millions, even the ones that lost millions, they did practically only a couple things. They bought at the right time. They bought a lot, not a lot of dollars worth, but a lot of numbers. It's easier to buy something at a penny and hold on to it till it goes to $1. Everybody I know did that. They bought at the right time. They didn't use a lot of money, $3,000-4,000. They didn't go really heavy, and they just let it ride. And then it goes from a penny to $7. You got 200,000 of them. You got 1.4 million. You know, whatever. Some people sell, some people don't. That's a topic for another day. How to keep your crypto money. Maybe it's for now. I don't know. Maybe I'll talk about it. I have more time. So, life doesn't have to be so hard. We make it hard. The thing is, here's some basic rules for crypto. Basic rules. You do your research. You take ideas that I give you and others give you. You let it go down the rabbit hole. You invest a small amount of money in something that looks really good, has a good narrative, has a good project, good people behind it, maybe some venture capitalists. Do some research. Make sure you know when can they release their tokens, the VCs, because last bull cycle, man, shit was like $4 or $5 and dropped down to a freaking penny. You don't want to be on that trade because the VCs just dumped it. They got all these free tokens, and when they were able to release, they released, and they rug pulled everybody. So you don't want to get into something that has a good diluted market cap if possible, or even if it doesn't have a good, fully diluted market cap. Well, can it go up? Before all these tokens come on the market, can it go up sky high and you do a little trade? You could do that. But generally speaking, right now, you can almost buy any token now. You buy the narratives, man. Buy the gaming tokens. You got to figure out which ones to buy. Buy the AI. They're all going to do perfect. I haven't checked out the memes lately. There's meme tokens out there that maybe I'm sure dropped off. They're all going to come back, man. I mean, I don't know what Pepe dropped down. That would be one to look at. Even dog with hat, all that shit. Like all those stupid meme tokens are going to be sky high when we get to the full potential of this market, when it finally happens. And it's going to happen in 2025. You'll have some wins. You can get some wins this year. But all the magic's going to start happening towards the end of the year. That doesn't mean you start buying at the end of the year. No, you need to buy when nobody wants to buy. Past few days, some of these tokens dropped off 40%. Well, ask yourself why. Why did they drop off 40%? Because stupid people sold. There's no other reason. Well, then there's no reason to sell. So that means you would buy that. It's the same thing with the stock, okay? If the whole market sold off and tanked because of a war, a potential war with Iran and Iraq or whatever, Israel, and that's the reason why everything dropped off, well, that's a stupid reason. You buy that dip, but you got to see what type of market cycle it's in. Stocks, it's a different animal, different market cycle than crypto. Crypto's on its way up. I think stocks are on their way down, but not every stock. If you would have bought MicroStrategy stock, you would have been up 15x already. It outperformed Bitcoin so far this year. That was like $180. I think it's like $1,800, probably like $15 now. So, also, careful who you listen to. I made a decision. I'm not going to listen to anybody. What does that mean? That means this. Everything is giving off a frequency. Everything's giving off a message. Most of these messages are coming from other people. You know, the people who are saying the messages are learning it from other people, and they're just, they're repeaters. Most information, 99.9% of it is completely just forget about it. I'm starting to realize that even things that I think is an emergency aren't emergencies. A real emergency is if somebody has a gun to your head, they're about to pull the trigger. That could be an emergency for your life. But just the threat of somebody, like somebody could hurt you or something. Like, I could get ran over right now by a fucking car. Shit. So everything is giving off a message. Everybody means right. They try to help their friends out and whatnot. But the thing is, most information is unreliable. I say most of it. Even the paid, if you pay somebody. So instead of looking at it as, I have a problem, I want some advice, we should look at it like this. I have a problem. What is the probability on what would the solution look like? And then start collecting those messages that will help you build the machine that will give you a high probability of being able to solve your problem. Okay, that's what we do. The same thing with crypto. You can spend all day long picking your investment vehicle in crypto. You could do all the research you want, whatever. And then you have some stupid dog with hat with shit fundamentals, shit team, and shit whatever, and it goes to the fucking moon and everybody becomes a billionaire. So you have to understand the network effect on things. You have to think about it like, what are the other drivers of this stuff? It's not just basic fundamentals. Some tokens follow basic fundamentals, but there's other things at play here. There's other things at play here, and most social media is very unreliable. Most people are salesmen. Oh man, these are the tokens I'm gonna buy. You should buy them too. But what they don't tell you is they got paid like $1 million to start promoting their shit token, and they're all gonna dump on you when you jump in. It's the same shit. They do the same shit every bull cycle. So, all right, you need a high probability of whatever crypto you get into is going to produce the outcome you want to see. So if you want to get rich in crypto, all right, well, we're going to be the future narratives. What is cutting edge? What is this stuff? And like I said, it's gaming. Gaming, people don't understand how powerful gaming is. They don't understand how spies, CIA, Mossad, whatever, all the intelligence agencies, they'll literally meet on a game that they're all playing, and they'll discuss in code like what's going on amongst themselves. Nobody's paying attention to that, So there's a lot of covert stuff that happens in gaming. There's a lot of dopamine that's created by just normal people in dopamine or in gaming. There's, the expectation of a benefit or a reward for doing the work of either playing the video game or buying the token. So a lot of this is just basic psychology. If you understand basic psychology and reward theory, you do work because you expect some type of benefit, result, outcome. So you want to look for these tokens that people are going to get really emotional about. They're going to be like, oh man, AI, holy shit, or this gaming. Oh man, it's so awesome, because the money is going to fly in here as fast as it's going to fly in fast when the time comes. And you need to be already positioned. And when people lose hope, okay, so hope, what is hope? Hope is when people lose hope, it's because their expectation, their timing, they expected that the timing of the result will happen and it doesn't happen. So they lose hope and then they give up. And we all know what happens when you give up. If you would have put at least 5% more effort into it, you would have achieved your goal. Because by the time you want to give up is the time you do give up is the time you could have gotten rich. For example, I had 225,000 Voyager tokens. I bought at 2 cents. It went to, I don't know, like 25 cents, 30 cents. I made what I thought was a lot of money, flipped it into Bitcoin, and then rode Bitcoin up. Well, why did I do that? I gave up on Voyager token at the time. It went up 15 times from 30 cents to 7 cents to 15 cents to 30, back down. And I'm like, I can trade this token because in the past several months, it's been just bouncing in this range, man. And I could have made 3x on that, 2x on that, sold it, bought it back. So I sold it. And then I bought Bitcoin with it, and then I just kind of forgot about it. Now, why was that such a bad idea? I bought like 3 Bitcoins with it, right? Why was that a bad move? It was a bad move because Voyager went to $7, $8. So I missed out on $1.2 million. Also, when I sold the Voyager, I had to pay taxes on that money. And when I sold the Bitcoin, I had to pay a lot of tax on that. So a lot of the gains kind of got disappeared. And, and on top of it, if I would have just waited for 12 months, which is long-term capital gains, it hovered at $4 or $5 forever. For months and months and months, forever, it was $4 or $5. So I could have had $1 million. So, buying 3 Bitcoin at the time, I don't know, whatever the numbers were, 100 grand. So, I don't know, whatever it is, whatever the math is, 30. No, that was, I don't know, I can't do the math right now. But anyway, I bought a bunch of Bitcoin, whatever. But the real money to have been made was if I would have waited. And so, what did I not take in consideration? The market, where we were in the market. I didn't take, taxes into consideration. I didn't take like just buy and hold. All my friends made a shit ton of money with that. And then I did it again with Polygon Matic. I bought it at a penny. I told all my friends to buy it. I bought it at a penny. I don't know, I had like $2,000 worth of it. So I don't know, what was that? Over 100,000 tokens. And the same thing happened. It 100x'd. But when it went up 7x, I sold it. And it went 100x. So, again, didn't care about taxes. I had to pay them, though, which sucked. And I didn't know where I was in the market. But I was listening to all this bullshit. The thing is, this shit rinses and repeats. So, in this time of the market, it's best just to buy and hold because we don't know the true potential of these prices. These prices, the shit you have might be 100x. And it does like what LCX did. It was 3 or 4 cents when I was buying it. I didn't get the numbers I wanted. I still don't have a lot. I don't know, maybe I have like 30, 40,000 of them. I was supposed to have 200,000 was my goal. I wrote it on a piece of paper. I forgot. Well, now it's like 30, 35 cents. So, it already went up 11x. So yeah, I did good. I still didn't sell any. because it's going to go over $1 when this is all said and done. And I'll make a nice little money, you know. But, you know, $1,200 investment, I don't know, how much is it worth now? 10 grand? 11 grand? Okay, that's a nice little deal, but when it's at 3 or 4 cents and all the bullshit already happened and all it can do is go up because it can't go down anymore, that's the time to load up, man. If I would have, you know, put $4,000 or $5,000 into it, now we're doing good. What if you put 10 grand into it? So you see, the numbers work for you after all the bullshit is all said and done. That's when you need to go in and get greedy. So this stuff is really interesting. It's stuff you got to think about, but you got to reprogram your mind when the market crashes. That's a good thing. Another good thing is crypto normally only stays down for about 2 years. So the worst case scenario is if this is the bottom of the market and we're now going into a new bear market, well, it'll probably be another couple years before we get into a bull market. Well, we all know that we're in the beginning stages of a bull market, so we don't have to worry about that. But we're going to have about a good year from now, from today's date, a good year, at least a good year, where we can ride this all the way up. And then you take your profit, but some things you don't want to take profit on. You know, I'll take profit on some of my Bitcoin, but most of it I'm going to just let go, because the thing is, if you have hope is expectation plus time will end up plus probability equals outcome. The higher time frame you have for anything, the longer you give yourself time to accomplish the goal, the more likelihood you are, the probability is high that you will accomplish it. You think you can't speak Arabic? I don't even know. I know salam in Arabic. That's it. I don't even know how to spell the damn thing. But if I study a little bit every day for the next 12, 13 years, and then I go to a university in Jordan or this, that, or the other thing, marry an Arabic woman, become all Arabic, shit, adopt a religion, fully embrace it, whatever the fuck, you know, I'm going to learn Arabic. I'm going to be able to speak it. Maybe not perfectly, but I'll understand it. I'll be able to speak it and whatever. So the thing is, can that be accomplished within 6 months? Oh, fuck no, not for me, you know? So the thing is, like, time, people discount time. Time is the most important thing. And what you do with your time is the most important thing. Time is the most important resource that we have. You can accomplish everything with time. You can accomplish good health, good wealth, everything. The turtle wins the race. The more you pack in, look at okay, a day. A day would be considered like a block. Okay, so each block in Bitcoin, you can you try to put as much data as possible into that block, as much transactions as possible into that block. The same thing needs to be viewed upon with your day. You need to be putting as much into your day as possible. If you're at work and you can sneak off for a couple minutes and learn something on top of it, now you're maximizing your day and what you can do in your day. Getting up a little earlier. You walk like I am in the morning, you walk like I am in the afternoon. You do that for 100 days, you probably lose 30 fucking pounds without even doing anything else. This shit doesn't have to be hard. We're not taught this. College isn't going to teach you this. Nothing's going to teach you this shit. That's why I need to have my own little business around this. And also, if you have somebody external that can hold you accountable, that just makes it reinforces what we already know, like you have a boss, right? A lot of people go to work. 225 million people in the United States go to work. That means they have a boss. There's 9 million, roughly 9 to 10 million businesses. They're your boss. And the boss of those businesses are the people who buy their products and services. So everybody has a boss, whether it's a human being, whether it's an algorithm, whether it's money. Our revenue's down this year, so you're being a shit company, so the boss needs to do his job. So everybody has a boss, so it's easier to get things done when you have an external boss. So that's where I would come in when I start my business. I can provide information and all that, but I can't I can't make you do it. Can't make you do anything. And most people, they have all the knowledge and information to accomplish what they want, but they don't have the driving mechanism. And that's where I can come in. And that's what I will be doing eventually. And so what do I do to self-drive myself? Well, I inform myself. I study, not every day, but most days. I'm studying project management. I'm studying different theories for my test. And I've been doing it for a long time. And I understand you start with the outcome in mind. And there's certain nuts and bolts, that takes you from where you want to be or where you are to where you want to be. So, for me, I just do it. But it wasn't always like this. It was a long time, you just have setbacks because you get depressed because the outcome that you want isn't happening. People shit on you, people give you wrong information, and then you do stupid shit. I could have already, my people that know me in the real world know this story. I had 3 properties. During 2021, I could have paid all of them off, all the mortgages off. They would all have been free. It would have been worth over $1 million in real estate, giving me about $7,000 to $8,000 in rental income. And that was just that. I had a job that paid $100,000 a year. And a contract was paying me about $100,000 a year. And I could have took that money and just had a business. And I could have kept it rolling. I didn't do it. I even paid $1,000 to my accountant, who's a CPA, to try to get, should I sell my properties or not, and all this other shit. He said my one property, I wouldn't have to pay capital gains on it. That turned out to be false. I had to pay $25,000 on it. So anyway, I paid people to give me good information. They gave me shit information. I had a couple friends. The one dude, he hates real estate. He wanted me to sell because he hates real estate. So, whatever. I don't blame any of these people. You can't blame people. You have to look into yourself and say, you're the one that pulled the trigger. You're the one that did it. It was me. Those people had no power over anything. So, and they were doing the best they can. So, first of all, you got to forgive everybody. That's why I like Christianity. I like Orthodox Christianity. I'm not going to get into religion, but I like Christianity because it teaches you to forgive. And, and I'm not mad at anybody. And actually, I'm happy it happened. I'm really, really, really happy because it made me realize a lot of things. And it made me realize, too, that rich people have a lot of problems. If you don't have a lot of problems, you're not rich. I'm not talking about personal problems. I'm not talking about you have too much debt. I'm not talking about personal problems. I'm talking about if you don't have a lot of stress, anxiety, never have any time in business, that's a good thing. When I had my tree service, man, I had so much freaking work. You know, I didn't know what to do, and I hated it. It sucked so bad. You know, I was making $15,000 a month, had all my shit paid off, and you know, and the world sucked. So, but guess what? I had a lot of money. So you got to pick your poison. You know, you can have personal problems which stem from not having enough money and be bossed around like a slave, which sucks. Or you can have problems but be rich. You know, professional problems and have very little personal. You know, other than you don't have time to maybe enjoy life. But like I said, you do, a lot of times you got to eat shit for the first 5 years in a business. Then after that, you hire everybody from that point on, and then you just kick back and you just manage at a high level. That's normally the price you got to pay. You got to lose 5 years of your life, and then you know, your company grows. You have enough money to pay the proper people to do a job better than you, and then you just manage one person instead of managing a bunch of people. So I didn't understand a lot. Now that I've ran a bunch of businesses, I understand the process. And it's the same shit with cryptocurrency. You are in the business whether you realize it or not. You just decided that you're in the business. Your business is cryptocurrency. Your business is a product that you're buying and you're going to sell to your customers. Okay? Your customer could be normal people, it could be BlackRock, whatever. Whoever buys your product, because your product is these cryptocurrency tokens, coins, whatever the case may be. And the same thing with gold and silver. You buy gold and silver. If you're not going to hold it forever, you're going to give it to somebody, they're going to sell it, or somebody's going to sell that gold coin or silver that you have eventually. If it's not you, it's going to be somebody else. Even if it's 300 years into the future, somebody's going to sell that eventually. Because people, if you think your great-great-grandson or daughter have the same thoughts about gold, silver, or even Bitcoin 100 years from now, yeah, right. Like, they're going to dump that shit as soon as they get it because, you know, nobody knows how to build a legacy anymore. Nobody wants to have kids anymore. So chances are, you know, hate to say it, but after a couple generations of you making money and passing it on, it's normally gone and your family's back down to zero again. I mean, look at the Vanderbilts, right? Like, they don't have no fucking money. That family's all mostly gone and nobody even talks about them anymore. Even, yeah, have time work for you. And as long as you're doing the work, like, let's just look at it as from a basic point of view. But all right, let's get back to that business. Your business is selling products. Okay? So you bought cryptocurrency. You are now XYZ store, and your products are XYZ cryptocurrency. So, you know, you don't buy something. You wouldn't buy, you know, a tuna, okay, for, you know, $50 a tuna, for a 50-pound tuna or whatever, and sell it for $30. You wouldn't do that at all. You would throw it in a freezer, let it sit in the freezer, and then when people demand it, well, you pop it out of the freezer and you sell it to them, and you sell it to them at a profit. Like, it's the same thing with crypto. Like, you need to buy crypto at the right time. And then the lazy people who don't want to do the research or give a shit enough, that are greedy and just want to buy at the wrong time, you sell it to them. Okay? I'm not willing to go milk my own cow to get milk. I'm willing to go to the store to buy milk. So therefore, the people who actually do the work for me, I got to pay them for all their grain, all their property taxes, pay them all this shit. And then I got to pay the store that bought the milk. And then I got to pay for their electricity. Got to pay for their store people, their salaries, you know, and I got to pay for all these people. I got to pay probably for 100 fucking people just to go to the store and buy $5 worth of milk, because that $5 worth of milk is probably a good 15 cents if I were to do it myself. So that's what you do. So when these people buy in the bear market, or even bought like today or recently this week, and then they dump their tokens at 40% loss or 30%. I mean, we had D-Race was 75 cents at the height, and I think now it's at 20 cents. I mean, it was at 15. The bottom for D-Race is 15 cents. It's at 22. It's like in the bear market, it was 15 cents forever. Like it never dropped past 15 cents in the fucking bear market. And this market is the most optimistic market we're heading into it, even right now. Like, so it makes me laugh. You know, people don't look at it as, when you invest in anything, you become your own business. And we're all in business to make a profit. And if you give yourself enough time, you'll make that profit. And then you'll want to do it again and again and again, find out new ways, help people with their struggles. Because let me tell you, as soon as you make one trade, as soon as you catch a crypto pump and you invest $3,000 into something, and in literally less than 7 days, you're at $20,000 on that $3,000 you invested. You will be addicted in a good way. You will be like, there's something here. I just made 8 months worth of money working at my job and literally on a weekend fucking around. And you only need a couple trades like that a year, or a couple trades like that every 2 years or 3 years. For $100,000, you can live in a friggin' beautiful, beautiful penthouse in Port of Columbia, Barranquilla. For 70, 80,000 and get a brand new car, you're at 100,000. All right. So, you know, $20,000 from a $3,000 bill, shit. You know, I don't think people understand the true potential of what they're fucking with, or not even fucking with. I'm going to tell you, the real money probably is to be made in 2030. You give more time. I mean, these tokens some of these tokens are going to be insane. Some of the prices, and a lot of them are going to go to zero, you know? So some of them you're going to want to sell in this crypto pump and just dump. But things like Bitcoin will be $1 million for a friggin' token probably before 2035. So that's my little insurance policy is, you know, Bitcoin, and, you know, using my time and labor and resources for other things to kind of build and build and build. But even in north of Spain, you could buy a nice apartment for 30, 40,000. So this idea that you need millions of dollars to retire, yeah, maybe if you want to live in the United States. But by the time you want to leave the United States, the third world is not going to be a shithole like it is. It's probably going to be pretty damn nice in a lot of areas. And a lot of these areas, if you're wealthy, I mean, you got your cop protection, you got your personal detail, and you got your maid and everything. You'll be amazed on how cheap having somebody cook and clean for you is. In Colombia, it's probably like a couple $100 a month. I mean, it's insane. A couple $100 a month, I can have somebody cook and clean for me. I mean, shit. You can buy a beautiful place and a brand new car for $100,000 and it's yours forever. You know? Like, there's alternatives. And I mean, remote work, like I said, but if you catch a couple crypto pumps, that could be more than enough money to change your life. $100,000 can change your life. If you had 100 grand right now, there you go. You know, you could have a beautiful mountain range somewhere in the world. Beautiful house, beautiful car, beautiful whatever for 100 grand. So I don't think people understand this. They don't think deep enough. Anyway, now we're going to talk about weight loss a little bit. Kind of rambled on too much about crypto. So, all right, weight loss, real easy. Do a little research. Then we'll talk about, I'll post some other videos about Metagene and all. We're not going to do it on a live stream. I'm not going to have enough time. I'm about done my 4-mile walk. So weight loss. All right, simple. If you have a normal schedule, don't eat after 5. Get up at the same time every morning. Doesn't matter what time you go to bed, but you got to get up at the same time every morning. Drink a gallon of water. Realize your body weight, the composition of your body weight is going to be fat, it's going to be water, and it's going to be the food you consume. So I consumed 6 pounds of water, ate about a pound of food, so I'm 7 pounds heavier than what I should, than what I like to be at. But the water and the food is just going to get broken down and used by the body. So also, it takes about, and you have to be in a deficit. So what does that mean? That means if your body burns about 2,600 calories a day, there's about 3,500 calories equals 1 pound. So if your body burns up 2,600 calories, okay, now you're at 0. If you just eat 2,600 calories, you're at 0. And if you want to burn the 3,600, you have to still burn that 3,600. So how are you going to do that? So when you eat like 2,000 calorie diet, when you're supposed to have like 25 or 3,000. So now you got that right off the table through diet. Then, like I was saying, you stop eating after 5. So your body goes into a fasting state. So you do that. You get your steps in. So you start burning. You're burning the fat. Man, I just hurt my foot. I should have a list about all this stuff. I know I just said it on X, everything. But yeah, now my foot just gave out. Damn it. So, all right, let me get back into my train of thought here. So, for every mile, it's about 100 to 150 calories you burn. So, if you're walking or running per day, 8 miles, you're going to be burning like 1,000 calories right there. So then if you're in a caloric deficit, instead of eating like 3,000 calories, you're eating 2,000 calories, which most women and men will survive off of 2,000 calories. So that means you have like 500, if it's 2,500 or 3,000, I think it's like 3,000 calories. It's what normal human beings need per day. So if you're burning that 1,000 there, then you're walking and running and you're burning 1,000 there, that's 2,000 calories in a day. Then, let's say you're weightlifting too, but weightlifting, you want to be careful that I won't say weightlifting, I'll say calisthenics. If you do calisthenics, because weightlifting, what your body composition is when it comes to weight is fat, what you eat, water that you drink, and your muscle. So that's why when people go to the gym to lose weight, they gain weight because the muscle is heavier than the fat and all that. And the reason why you want to check your weight in the morning, and I want to even check it every day. I would check it like once a week at the end of the day. or at the end of the week, because like what we just said, like a half a gallon of water could be 5 gallons. So if you drink a half a gallon of water and then eat, a pound of bananas, now you just gained 6 pounds, and now you think you're fat when you're not, So first of all, like I said, stop eating after 5. You'll notice a big difference if you did that. Stop eating salt. You have to have salt, but you got to cut out like 90% of the salt you have. And I got all these turkeys in the backyard. Gobble, 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 gobble. Sometimes they answer me. Anyway, the fun things in the country up in the Northeast that you see. So yeah, and also get your steps in, because like I said, when you get your steps in, you're like 1,000, you burn 1,000 calories there. Then if you're doing calisthenics, you're building up your muscle. You're maintaining that, and also you're getting another workout. So you're probably going to be burning, physical activity, probably 1,500 calories in a day. Then if you're in a caloric deficit, the 2,000 calories you're consuming instead of 3,000, that's 1,000 there. And you need to get up to 3,500 calories. You need to be in a negative to be able to lose 1 pound. So it takes some effort. I'm sure there's a lot more to it, but also I sprint a lot. If you sprint, your legs get bigger and you burn more calories. So you can do a light jog, which is fine, or just walk 4 miles. I just walked 4 miles while I was talking to you guys, and ran 4 miles this morning. So you can run, you cannot run. It's, you still burn the same amount of calories. You just burn them faster when you run. But when you sprint, you're going to be burning more calories. Your body is going to adapt to that type of exercise, and it's going to mold itself. And then your brain chemistry is going to crave different foods. It's going to crave food that's not going to weigh you down. You're not going to eat the pizza and all that crap. Also, where you live in the country really makes a difference. Up here in the north right now, I mean, it's rainy, it's gray all the time, there's no sunlight, and all you just want to do is hibernate. In the south, it's sunny and beautiful all day, and you can run year-round without any effort, and you can have a pretty consistent weight and a really consistent lifestyle in the warmer climates versus here in the northern climates, where it can get really, really cold in the winters, and then it takes forever for the weather to break and be nice consistently. So and also your biology has a lot to do with it too, and your mindset. If you have a mindset that you can't do nothing, or it's too hard to do something, your problem with weight and being obese or whatever is more of a psychological problems that you need to work on. You have trauma you need to work through. Maybe low self-esteem issues you got to work through, other people's programming, people telling you, in your childhood that because you got questions wrong on a test that you're stupid. Now you believe you're stupid for your whole life when that's not true. Keep in mind, a lot of our issues that we have are, pretty much from around childhood or when we were younger. Look at it as a baby tree. A small tree doesn't have much of a defense. So, I don't know. Is there a tree? So, I don't know if you see that pine tree right there. That pine tree is about 4 inches, okay? All these other pine trees are about 60 feet. Some of them are 60, 70 foot tall pine trees there in my backyard up here. So, you got something that's 4 inches. So I can mold the shit out of these trees. I can make them look stupid as hell. I can make them look like, lollipops or whatever, cucumbers, not cucumbers, S curves, right? I can mold these trees. So, and then when they get real big, they look all goofy and shit. So, the same thing happens to us. you get a bad parent, you got an abusive parent, you get a parent that just screams and yells all day, this, that, and the other thing. And then you end up, screwed up in one way or another. So we all have these issues. We all need to work through them. And that's where the courage comes in. And that's where the least of these other people's programs or other people's conditioning, the more we can get rid of that shit, the more we get rid of the barriers in our life to, so we can just run through full throttle into getting to where we need to go. We want to stop tripping ourselves up. The only way to do that is to just man up or woman up. And honestly, just, go to those dark places, try to fix on this shit, realize shit, and, stop with the shit. I used to sabotage myself all the time, sell these cryptos too early. And it's because I adopted my mother's personality when it comes to life in that area. She's scared to death of investments. She's scared to death of everything. She won't go anywhere. She'd rather just live in her house all day as a hermit. She's been like that forever. She's scared to death. So in my life, I did the opposite of what she did, and I have a pretty good life. But like I said, I didn't realize, she's scared of everything. So then I'm getting scared of things that I'm not 100% understand at the time. So as other people are just buying and holding and then selling and making good money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, I'm not making that. I'm making less because I'm selling too early and doing stupid shit. So, love yourself, forgive yourself for your flaws, forgive yourself for, not doing what you wanted to get done in life or whatever, but let's just take responsibility. Let's stop looking at the past and let's start moving forward and getting this shit done. And like I said, every single day we should be doing something that brings us forward in whatever way. And plan life with a purpose. I see a lot of people not doing that. But like I said, getting back to weight loss, you just want to fine-tune it a little bit and hold yourself accountable. It sucks. It sucks when you want sweets at 10 o'clock at night and you deny yourself that. That's why you have to eat throughout, certain times of the day. Instead of getting a jelly donut, you get a banana, but you got to have enough simple sugar in your diet. You have to have enough foods that are going to produce energy. So when you do run, you can run and you can recover. And, you don't have to have a lot of meat, but, eat some meat because your body does need the meat. It does need this shit. I understand some people are vegan and all this other stuff. I don't know. I found out having a small amount of meat, not even have to be with every meal, but just a small amount of meat, and 90%, let's say 90% of your diet is fruits and vegetables and 10% meat or 5% meat or something to that effect. Listen to your body. Don't listen to vegans. Don't listen to people that eat meat, whatever. Don't listen to the doctors, any of this shit, unless you have a specific health problem that you need a special diet for. Well, then obviously, I'm not a doctor. You got to listen to your doctor. But when it comes to, generally speaking, healthy people, in my opinion, listen to your body. If you're sprinting a lot, you're running a lot, you can't be eating a pound of friggin' hamburger or a big ass steak. If you're going to be physically active, you don't want that shit that's going to weigh you down. You don't want to eat like a big ass lasagna. When you're physically active and running and whatnot, and you have to perform under pressure in a physical way, your body needs simple sugar and a lot of it. Your body needs protein. Your body needs a certain composition of vitamins and fruits and whatever. And also be careful of the vitamins and stuff that you eat and consume. I just found out B12, the way they synthetically make B12 is through the sewer, the foam and a sewer. Okay, so the sewer is where all the poop goes, right? Well, the foam that's on top of that, they scoop that out, and that's like the main ingredient for B12, synthetic B12. So, find a different source if possible. Also, a lot of cancers. People are getting a lot of cancers. Um, a lot of young people are getting cancer now. Um, a lot of it's probably caused by the COVID-19 shot, but a lot of it's also a lot of it's caused by your eating choices, your lifestyle choices, the way you think of life, and just lifestyle is a lot of this stuff. So be very careful. You want to have a low body weight, a healthy body weight, because of things like cancer. As soon as you get cancer, I mean, you're cutting shit out of your body, man. When you get cancer, like that sucks. You don't want because you can't rejuvenate something. As soon as you cut it out, it's gone. Like we can't reproduce that thing that we cut out in a healthy way. So we don't want arms to be cut off, legs, pieces of your face, and whatnot. So a lot, and also we want to be very careful of the heavy chemicals that we consume in our bodies. Um, Look, you're never going to get rid of all the toxins and all the chemicals, but you can get rid of the vast majority of them. A lot of women that are in their early 30s now are getting breast cancer, uterine cancer, that type of thing. That used to be like old people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s used to get that type of stuff. Now there's, women in their late 20s that are getting this stuff. This shit is no joke. And the more you look at it as a joke, oh, I'm too young, or, oh, I'm healthy, I'm good. The more you look at it in a non-serious way, the more you're going to have difficulties. And you have to have good health care in the United States, even if you are healthy. And healthcare is between $400 to $700 to $1,000 a month. Like people can't even afford it. So you have to figure out, like, even if you had a part-time job, if you work at like Universal Studios or Disney World at a part-time, you can work there and you can get like pretty good healthcare for like $100 a month. If you join the military, I'm getting back in the military. That's why I just got to drop down like 10 pounds. I got 3 weeks to do it, so that should be very easy. But the TRICARE, I think it's like $150 a month. And if I get cancer, which cancer can cost $100,000 for you to get all the treatment you need for cancer, it'll be covered. So you need to be thinking about this stuff. This is real shit, or you have to have plan B. My plan B is for $200 a month, I can go have the best healthcare in Colombia. And it's really good healthcare, like good private places that really know how to do shit. So my plan B is if I need to, I can always go to another country and pay out of pocket. But, you have to think about this stuff because your health is number one, your friendships are number two, and money is number three. And the only thing you can take with you is your soul when you leave this planet. So, everything else you can't take with you. So while we're here, we might as well make it the best we can, try to be the best we can, try to help people along the way, and learn as much as we can, because I really do believe that whatever we learn, we take with us in our soul. That's what I truly believe to be fact. Can't prove it, but I feel that, I know that to be true. It's probably a high probability. But while we're here, let's make the best out of all this situation. Let's try to create order out of chaos. Let's not get played, and let's have some fun. Let's look at this as like a game, okay? The game is not so much to make $1 million in crypto. The game is to let's make us way better. I am way better now than what I was in 2016 when I got into crypto. The shit I had to learn about myself to get to where I'm at, to be able to even talk to you the way I'm talking to you, that so much shit had to happen, so much knowledge had to be accumulated, so much wisdom, so much information, so much doing the wrong shit just to get to where I'm at. It's pretty amazing. I'm very proud of myself. Like I said, there is a secret. There is a secret to this. And, And there are ingredients in mathematical equations. You can apply mathematical equations to this. And what I'm finding out, it's very, very simple. And there is money out there for any idea you have. Just because you don't know how to get the money, and I'm in this situation,